So this is the live market open wrap for October 8th. I'm Yochai, I'm a Forex Crunch and Market Movers, doing the show for FX Street. So recent developments in markets were that we had good figures from the UK. Industrial output was on the rise. This helped the pound recover. We have right here the British pound in the third day of recovery. That's good news. Apart from that, we had Canadian building permits disappoint. Oil inventories went up, so we had the Canadian dollar cooling down. We had it yesterday falling, dollar CAD under 130, and now today it's back on the rise. Big event is tomorrow, the jobs figures from Canada. Okay, and then we had in the Eurozone a miss in German trade balance. Exports the worst since 2009. But as we've talked in the past many times, bad news are good news. And finally, we see euro-dollar as a safe haven currency enjoy the fresh worries and rise. Or more nicely here, we see it sort of move above the range. I wouldn't call it a breakout just yet. We're still awaiting a confirmation, but maybe finally we're seeing some kind of movement out of the range. So that'll be interesting to watch. Today we have quite a few interesting events. We have the rate decision in the UK at 11 GMT, expecting 8 members to continue voting for no change and 1 for a hike. We might see it go to 9-0, and that would be dovish. That would be bearish for the pound. Half an hour later, we have the ECB meeting minutes. We'll see how close the ECB, how seriously they were discussing more QE, how close they were, how worried they are about their inflation forecast. Jobless claims in the United States at 12:30. More of the same. I think 260, 280 will mean no significant moves, but we can have it. We can have always surprises. And the big event for the day is the Fed meeting minutes. A few things to watch there. How close they were to indeed raising rates. How worried are they about China? How worried are they about inflation? And another thing is jobs, of course, because we know now that jobs were terrible in September. So this will be also interesting to watch of how upbeat they were on the jobs figures and how they expected things to evolve. And of course, the last but not least, regarding a rate hike in 2015, not only how close they were in September, but how eager they are to do it in December. Of course, it's never clear language. This is revised a few times, edited, redacted, so we might see things a bit confusing. We have a first reaction immediately when it's released, of course, but then another reaction in Tokyo, and a third reaction in the European session. We'll be here tomorrow morning to digest everything. Further events, BOE Governor Mark Carney talks and the Fed's Williams also talks, but these are less important events. On the charts, apart from euro that we talked about, pound we talked about, dollar yen continues hugging the 120 level. Commodity currencies, not only CAD, are moving in the other direction. It means that yesterday we had a rally in commodity currencies. Now we have them cooling down. Dollar CAD above 130, Aussie dollar under 72, and the Kiwi struggling with 66 once again. So all in all, we have change of what we've seen. The mood isn't so good anymore. We're seeing the euro strengthen and commodity currencies weaken. And today we have a very busy day, and I expect a lot of action. Sorry again that we didn't have the chat available for you today. And we couldn't accept your questions. Hopefully it'll be back tomorrow, and we'll be glad to answer all the questions like we did in previous sessions. So that's it for today.